how could one face the certainty of their death? Not how one should. Death is far too tragic and a difficult thing to have standards of how one should go about facing it. But how could one? And I think literature, history, maybe our own personal relationships and experiences can give us examples that are of value about how to face the final human experience. In Euripides' play Hecuba, the daughter of Hecuba, a princess of Troy, is going to be sacrificed to the dead Achilles, and there's no way she can get out of it. What I'm about to read is the recounting of this death, and it struck me as incredibly noble. It's a recounting to the princess's mother, and it goes like this. Lady, thou art bent on making mine a double meed of tears in pity for thy child. For now too, as I tell the sad tale, a tear will wet my eye, as it did at the tomb when she was dying. All Achaea's host was gathered there in full array before the tomb to see thy daughter offered. And the son of Achilles took Polyxena by the hand and set her on top of the mound, while I stood near. A chosen band of young Achaeans followed to hold thy child and prevent her struggling. Then did Achilles' son take in his hand a brimming cup of gold, and poured an offering to his dead sire, making a sign to me to proclaim silence throughout the Achaean host. So I stood at his side, and in their midst proclaimed, Silence, ye Achaeans! Hush be the people all! Peace, be still! Therewith I hushed the host. Then spake he, Son of Peleus, father mine, accept the offering I pour thee to appease thy spirit, strong to raise the dead, and come to drink the black blood of a virgin pure, which I and the host are offering thee. O be propitious to us, grant that we may loose our prows and the cables of our ships, and meeting with a prosperous voyage from Ilium, all to our country come. So he and all the army echoed his prayer. Then seizing his golden sword by the hilt, he drew it from its scabbard, signing the while to the picked young Argive warriors to hold the maid. But she, when she was ware thereof, uttered her voice and said, O Argives who have sacked my city, of my free will I die. Let none lay hand on me, for bravely will I yield my neck. Leave me free, I do beseech thee, so slay me that death may find me free, for to be called a slave amongst the dead fills my royal heart with shame. Thereat the people shouted their applause, and King Agamemnon bade the young men loose the maid, so they set her free, as so they heard this last command from him, whose might was over all. And she, hearing her captor's words, took her robe, and tore it open from the shoulder to the waist, displaying a breast and bosom fair as a statue's. Then sinking on her knee, one word she spake, more piteous than all the rest. Young prince, if 'tis my breast thou wouldst strike, lo, it is here, strike home. Or if at my neck thy sword wilt aim, behold, my neck is bared. Then he, half glad, half sorry in his pity for the maid, cleft with the steel the channel of her breath, and streams of blood gushed forth. But she, even in death's agony, took good heed to fall with maid grace, hiding from the gaze of man what modest maid must. Soon as she had breathed her last through the fatal gash, each Argive set his hand to different task, some strewing leaves o'er the corpse in handfuls, others bringing pine logs and heaping up a pyre. And he who brought nothing would hear from him who did such taunts as this: Standest thou still, ignoble wretch, with never a robe or ornament to bring for the maiden? Wilt thou give naught to her that showed such peerless bravery and spirit?